Welcome back. My name is Ezilii, and thanks for watching. I appreciate you, and I hope that this is helping you play City Skylines a whole lot better. So, last episode, we were talking about bridges and highways and how to make a smooth bridge. And that relates to how to plan your city. More importantly, how to plan for high density zoning. Thank you for that question in the comments. I appreciate that. I went ahead and purchased this quadrant, or this little tile. I did it because we'd get access to this, but we'd also be able to move our industry over to here because we have a very important thing called rail. Rail moves people and freight. Water, your shipping moves people and freight, but air only moves people. So it's important to know those distinctions, that if you need to bring in industrial goods, use rail or water. I don't think we actually have a water connection. Yeah, we don't have water. But we have rail. Dun 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 dun. Anyway, back to work. So we built this bridge, we built this highway, I upgraded it to highway. I am using unlocks to get this, otherwise if you're playing without it, you're not going to have it for quite a while. But things to plan and things to consider when you're in the early stages of this little metropolis here, where you're going to put things and how you're going to supply it and what is going on. This map leads us to want to make this highway. It looks like it's a natural conclusion that they figured you would probably do. You could buck the system and not make it. I kind of fell victim to making it. I'm going to put my high density here. I'm going to move my industry here so I can take use of this rail line, and we'll put in a rail yard here. And then what we might also do is we might sneak in a through rail that will bump over to here, which will give us a train station, which we might be able to, if we go to somewhere else, we might extend that line to be here. So we have intercity rail that might feed in with some bus lines to go between maybe some population centers. As we're planning for things, we also have to plan for access points on the highway. Now, when I made this, I knew I was going to have to make an exit here. We're going to draw out where we might actually put things. Having an exit right after an exit is probably not the smartest thing to do, but it can work with a little bit of rework. If we maybe line up one of our major streets this way, and maybe it takes a bend, we'll probably bend it. We'll make a bendy street and go here. That might be our major thoroughfare where we would have access to two sides. Of course, we'll have different blocks here, but this might be our major artery. If we take this block here and we turn this maybe into a highway connection, or maybe we put it, I feel that that's too far over. Maybe here. So I do this when I'm planning, and if you've caught a live stream, I'll have roads that protrude out like this for a while because I'm establishing a central grid, and then I'm going to break the grid, and then I'm going to reestablish a different grid because I'm from the States. We like a lot of grids. I also make a lot of curvy streets and cities. I've done a nice little European city, which I had a lot of fun. Spaghetti was great. So if we do this, and then whatever, maybe we end up making, we buy this tile, we can continue a parallel artery, or we don't. We stop it, and then we make people get on the highway to get to this part, which would lessen the burden on that street, but then force more traffic to use this. So it's this that you have to consider. If I make a parallel road to my highway, will people use it? Yes, because it's the path of least resistance. If I prevent them from going from this part of town to this part of town on a surface road, but they have to take a highway, that means I'm going to have more traffic on this part. So those are decisions that we have to make. And you can also assist in that by producing a mass transit line that goes from this part of town to this part of town, which would allow passengers to freely use this, while trucks will just use the interstate, or the highway, which will be awesome. So, without further ado, we're going to produce an exit right here, which will help us consider other plans. I didn't consider getting too far into mass transit, although I think that's a very valid point. Traffic and traffic management seems to be the biggest sticking point, especially as a beginner. I won't do mass transit this episode, but we'll probably dive into some of the mass transit. Now, always make sure you're on the final step because it gives smoother gradient. We don't need to be 12 high. The game should accept 9, so that's 3, 6, 9. So now I have that. What I was going to do is I was going to peel off a lane here that will allow us to connect to this, as opposed to try to pull it from here. However, in order for me to pull traffic from this highway to here, I'm either going to have to route something over that joins this, or I'm going to have to do that. I could pull it from the bridge. We'll think on that. But first, my road is much too small for this. That might be too big. That's 3 lanes. We'll worry about it here in a second. And when I say 3 lanes, I mean 3 on one side. It is a total of 6. That might be overkill for the moment. And as far as connecting, this is tricky. This is good. Do I want to make this hit the surface right away? Yeah, I think so. I think we're gonna take this and drop it. But I want to be elevated. Why are you doing this there? I want to be elevated there. Although, I think that's too low. Why is the game letting me do that? We could play it. We could see if we can get traffic to come through it. I could zone. Let's see if that'll develop. Although it has no way to get here. Let's force it. Let's do, oh, I have an idea. Done. Solved it. Fixed it. Okay, so my idea that just popped in my head, which I did work this out before I recorded it, and I'm changing all of my plans. Best laid plans, or best made plans, or whatever that saying is, yeah, you get the idea. No, not that. What am I doing? I don't even know. Okay, so 3, 6, 9. That's 12. let's do this. Let's go from here to here. We're going to lower it. Would you go? Would you snap? You want to snap to something completely different. So you have snapping tools. I'm going to tell it all, and I'm going to tell it road length. And angle. So what that's going to do is let me just snap it to the road length. So that's a nice, it's at least smoother than what it could be. I'd like it to go further, but for whatever reason. But I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need this. So my plan earlier was I was gonna pull a branch off of this to come here. Wait for it. There. Looks pretty clean. I am going to also pull a branch off the other side. I'll do it with... So instead of worrying about this, we're going to worry about it from here. But I want it to be from this point. So we're going to go from here, and we're going to go back to freehand. The freehand tool is probably the most invaluable, devalued, unsung hero of your arsenal of tools. I kind of want it to start it might work. It might be too sharp. I might... Yeah, it's just too sharp for the game without... there's a tool called Road Anarchy. That would... I mean, traffic would probably slow down just to come up to that, but I'm going to leave it as such. We can upgrade this to be a highway off-ramp, which would increase its speed naturally. And then so now we have that. And then we could go one step further and hope that the game understands what we want traffic to do. Good luck. Is this would give us, although it's going to make two, no, get out of here. It's going to make two stoplights. Why are you not there? I want traffic to at least yield to somebody. I guess, I mean, that should work. That should just be a yield. And then there's one stoplight. But traffic, we don't have a way to tell traffic to not turn right here. Although they should assumingly take this. But they could potentially turn left here. Which... yeah. This could cause trouble. But ideally, what it should do is it should divert traffic, right traffic going this way, left traffic going that way. If I was using Traffic Manager President Edition, I would tell it that it can only turn right, and I would tell it that it can only turn left here, which we'll probably do that in another tutorial. Although I do have priority roads and intersections or something to that effect. So I was gonna use this lane to help us feed in to this. Same thing, although this kind of starts way back here. But I mean, it doesn't stop me from borrowing this. It just, we have a little bit of a curve to work out. And then if we fork it like so, we should left traffic, right traffic. However, I'm going to argue that I'm going to have more people going to the left here because this is more going to be high density, and I haven't decided what'll be here. But in this regard, this portion is done. It's not the most elegant thing, but this should work concerning this highway, this direction. I don't have a way for somebody from here. Actually, do I? No, because I don't have a way for these two highways to actually exit except for this part. It's an exit in an interchange all-in-one kind of contraption, which can be fun. I could loop this. And I could start its journey underneath. Is that how it wants to bend? Yeah, okay. So without some of the other tools, you get the weird bendy. So I could flush this out. Will you take the, okay, good. And kind of help this. Like so. It's at least a little smoother. And since most of this will probably turn right, we'll go from here. Oh, look at that. That's a shame. We can't have that. Although I don't know, I might not be able to get away with it. Shoot. It'll connect a straight line, which is kind of funny. This is going to slow down the highway or the exit immensely. What do you mean? Distance is too short, slope too steep. What? Oh my. Oh my goodness. Oh, the drama. Now, if only we had a forest fire going on here in the city, then everything would be typical city skylines. We could do this. Ooh, gosh, no. Welcome to today's tutorial where it takes 30 minutes to make a highway exit. I mean, that would work. In theory. Oh, wait. Come on. I could do circles, but you're more likely to do this or to come up with a scheme like this that would work. But this is probably overkill. But in theory, traffic should go this way, whereas traffic should go this way. But only one of these. This should be not a stoplight. Oops. Sometimes. Would you stop? There. Although I could, one thing you could do is restrict your traffic with less lanes. So remember, two lanes. You want to give a lane for each route. I mean, this should at least help that function better. Although this is where asymmetrical roads come in handy, because the only way to really truly do this here is because I'm cutting off a lane. You see that? 3 lanes, 2 lanes, 3 lanes, but I'm gaining a lane, but I'm restricting traffic. Okay, now that we've got that monstrosity, it looks great. We could do, so this is already taken care of. This is taken care of. I could just put the exit way over here into here. Have you ever seen that in real life where the exit is like 3 miles back for your street? That's because they have things too close. And this could be too close. We could have put it here maybe. But I'm up for a challenge. You guys should be up for a challenge. We're going to do one more, and then we're going to pick up to the next episode. I don't have a way. They now have a way. This road now has a way to get to here. This road has a way to get to here. This road has a way to get to here. This road has a way to get to here. This is a lot of demand on this segment, though. I don't need something from here to here because it's handled here. And this, you have to take this exit to get to this exit to then get to here. And then this goes here, and they can carry on. They could also exit, which is troublesome. But I'm hoping they exit there. Although knowing the AI, it's probably not going to work. So in the future, if we have a problem, it's going to be this. But until next time, my name is Ezilii. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for building and playing and loving a game that I love. Until next time, be good to each other. If this or any of the videos have been helpful for you, please like and subscribe, and feel free to share. We love to meet new friends. Be good to each other. You can find me here on YouTube or over on Twitch. All the links are below the video. Have a good one.